This new bill will require University System Board of Regents to create policies to discipline or even fire employees who participate in efforts to foster diversity.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives and policies on college and university campuses across Texas could soon be banned.
Senate Bill 17, and it makes it so that universities can't have or maintain diversity, equity, and inclusion offices. So now the question is, how will this impact those jobs and even campuses that have worked really hard on being more inclusive for years?
I'm Dr. Antonio Webb, an orthopedic spine surgeon here in San Antonio, Texas. I recently learned of Governor Abbott's new law that he just signed relating to diversity, equity, and inclusion, or DEI, and public universities. This is huge, and this is something that is a problem. Something that's near and dear to my heart, which is diversity and also inclusion as well as equity, just because of my background. Grew up a really challenging background in Shreveport, Louisiana. Just being around that type of environment and not having the resources, not having the mentorship or their guidance, family members that were physicians that could get me from point A to point B and to become a physician. But I did it. Just reading it just made me very angry just because of how important these programs are. And this not only affects minorities, I mean, it affects other individuals who have physical disabilities, the LGBTQ community. This affects the Latinos, the Asians, and not just someone who looks like me. There's a lot of other students that will suffer because of this.
But I'm very disappointed with the extreme politicization of this bill and really targeting Black and brown and LGBTQ communities.
My name is Erica Muñoz, and I am a second-year medical student. The recent decision to end state funding for diversity, equity, and inclusion education is disappointing. It's going to be detrimental to education across the board. Everyone benefits from learning about other people's perspectives, and I think that it's unfortunate that we won't have funding to do that. A lot of institutions of higher education are already, their funding can be stretched, and so by not allowing those initiatives to be funded, you're greatly inhibiting their ability to give the students that education that's really going to help them.
Hi, my name is Desiree Ojo, and I'm a rising fourth-year medical student at the University of Incarnate Word School of Osteopathic Medicine. Why, when we talk about increasing diversity, we also talk about merit also has to be decreased at the same time. I don't think that the two are related. I think we can increase diversity and merit can also be just as it is. I think that this local decision is going to challenge a lot of organizations, a lot of institutions, and a lot of people to get creative about how we can continue to support our minority students who are in higher education.
My name is Dr. Arturo Chávez. I'm the Associate Vice President for Mission at the University of the Incarnate Word here in San Antonio. My main responsibility is to promote, to support, to evaluate programs of the university around diversity, equity, and inclusion, known as DEI. There's always an opportunity to fight back, and I think that one of the things that this can elicit from our educational communities is where were we when all of this was being decided in the legislature? Were our voices being heard? You know, and who are these legislators who have enacted this, have voted this, and do we want them to continue to represent us? Do they represent our communities? Do they represent what is best for our communities? What is best for our students of color in these institutions? Another challenge for faculty and for researchers is to, from day one, this summer to begin to really research the impact of this new law, so that when we come to the legislature in a couple of years, or when we talk about reassessing this law, we can show data, we can show concrete data of the impact that it's had.
So I strongly encourage you to seek out and speak up on this. Talk to your state and local representatives. Contact your organizations, the AMA, American Medical Association, NMA, National Medical Association, the SNMA, Student National Medical Association, so that this is not something that's just swept under the rug. We need to continue pushing for equity, for diversity, as well as inclusion here in Texas, and as well as in healthcare. So this is Dr. Webb. Let me know your thoughts. Put it in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. And yeah, hope this video gets into someone's hands that can help make some change.